the old days of the original Xbox, Burnout 3 Takedown and Burnout Revenge from Criterion Games had incredible surround sound, with judicious use of discrete subwoofer to enhance engaging the boost on your car and crashes, which of course happen a lot. When Burnout Paradise came out for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, I expected that tradition to continue, only better since HDMI offers uncompressed 7.1 surround sound. And uncompressed surround sound is something that the original Xbox simply couldn't do. Imagine how disappointed I was to find out that the game had absolutely no discrete subwoofer at all. The surround sound in the game is great, with things happening all around you, but the boosts and the crashes had very little punch. Maybe Criterion changed the people who handled their audio? That's just a guess, but honestly I think that's what happened, as the new sound guys here were not in the same league as the previous ones. Not even close. Anyway, not long after this game was initially released, I was participating in an online board run by Criterion Games and brought up the issue. At first they seemed a bit puzzled because they figured that people would just use their subwoofers to play the low frequencies from the rest of their speakers. I tried to explain the difference between doing that and discrete subwoofer audio. Essentially that is the 0.1 in a 5 or a 7.1 surround sound setup, and that it's its own dedicated channel. I also pointed out how incredible the previous two Burnout games sounded in comparison. Well, not much later an update came to the game that added a few things, and they even added a discrete subwoofer. But they did a pretty bad job with it. It's basically a quick and dirty fix that applies a low-pass filter over every single channel in the game. Basically, they told the game to take all the audio below 120 Hz or so and send it to the subwoofer output. That means not only do the boosts and crashes now shake the house, but so does every other sound in the game, even the music. This sounds so much worse than Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge. The subwoofer is now overkill and is playing the sounds that it doesn't need to play. It's very boomy and not fun to listen to at all. Perhaps I did a bad job explaining how it's supposed to work? I tried to explain it again after the update, but they were done dealing with the audio after that point. They probably thought, hey, we fixed it for you and now you're still not happy? Huh. The good news is that if you turn off all of the music in the game, it actually solves this problem for the most part, but then you're left to race without any tunes. Unfortunately, the remastered version of this game on the newer consoles also has this defect, and it somehow seems to be ever so slightly worse. There's no option in the game to tell it not to do that. The surround effects are still fantastic, but your subwoofer will be on constantly, pretty much always making noise. It sounds quite unpleasant as a result. It's really too bad, because if the subwoofer effects were removed from the music and every other noise in the game other than the boosts, crashes, and other such events that require lots of punch, this might be one of the best sounding games ever for people with well-equipped sound systems. This game is still absolutely worth playing, but you're going to want to turn your subwoofer way down or turn the music off for this one. Would I rather have no subwoofer than bad subwoofer? Honestly, I think so, yeah. I guess by speaking up about the original issue, I effectively made this game worse instead of better like I was trying. I'm sorry.